Salutations, everyone. It is Mr. V. Who is Mr. V? That's not important right now. What is important is today I am bringing you a game of games. The game is Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. It is Age of Empires 3 Thursday. I am going to bring you a game of Age of Empires 3 every week on Thursday, if you couldn't tell by the name. If you could, good job. So, before we get into it, let me just tell you, I am a lover of all things strategy, and so this being one of my favorites, I cannot wait to bring you this specific game, because in this game, I think it really does have everything you want. So, let me introduce our players. In the blue, playing as the Lakota civilization, we have Shake 2020. I am going to refer to him as Shake. He just picked up a very nice treasure, 90 food, and I believe he also picked up a little explorer using the Lakota ability. Yes, there it is, the Gunman, 168 HP, gonna be his little buddy roaming the plains. And in the north, we have Yug. I'm going to call him Yug, and if you do watch this, my friend, and I did not pronounce your name right, I apologize. Hopefully, you can let me know in the comments below, or if somebody knows this player, you can let me know. So, going back to the question of who is me. I am a caster. I've been casting Age of Empires for about 4 or 5 years on and off, although I have never done it on my own, and I said, darn it, I'm going to cast some AOE3 because I am bored, and so I did. I found this game on one of the community Discord servers, and after watching it just a little bit, just skimming through it, I knew I had to bring you this game because, well, you're going to see. You're going to see. But right now, let's watch Two Moons, the Lakota Chief, pick up a Brigand, as well as 20 coin and 20 XP, and 60 more coin. Meanwhile, we have our friend Yug. He is Ibn Majid. He is alone. He has no scout. He does not have the ability to convert treasure guardians. That is exclusive to the native warchief civilizations. Our friend Shake has sent 3 villagers, and Yug is also sending, I think he already sent it. Yes, he did send his 3 villager card. Also put down a dock. He already has 4 fishing ships with 2 more on the way. So starting off with a water economy, I don't know if that's standard Ottoman. If somebody is a little bit more knowledgeable about the current meta for DE, you gotta let me know. But I don't think water is usually the Ottoman play. He's cutting a lot of wood. Obviously, needs to get out those fishing boats. They are pretty pricey in the wood department. And he's also picking up this treasure here, 50 coin. No trading post, no mosque, just the one house. Meanwhile, the Lakota player, Shake, does not need to make houses, but he has put up his first TP, getting in his hunts 1, 2, 3 times the money, gathering some wood as well. Yug is on his way up to the second age while Shake is already there. Now, from the Lakota player, you could be seeing a lot of things. You could see something aggressive. You could see a semi-FF for all of you newbies out there. That is a semi-fast fortress. Or you could see an FF, which is a fast fortress. And we have a marauding Cossack to join our little merry band. Well, everybody else is merry except Ibn Majid. He is, in fact, incapacitated on the forest ground. Poor guy. But then again, he probably shouldn't have strayed, that close to the enemy town. I need some coffee. That's how I know when I need coffee, is when my words start coming out wrong. Perfect. So, as I said, I love strategy games, and it is my hope with this channel to bring you nothing but strategy games as the outpost comes down for the Ottoman player. And I don't want to just bring you boring games. I'm hoping to bring you games that are unique, interesting, or just plain old fun. And the 4 Axe Riders of the Lakota, really powerful shipment. Now that it has been restored to 4 rather than 3 as it was at, they're going to kill 2 Ottoman villagers, and they are going to, they're going to keep this barracks from going up. The outpost is going to be sieged, but the town center is laying down suppressing fire along with the outpost. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is not looking good for the Ottoman player. His barracks is going down. He's already lost vills before the 6-minute mark. But we do have to remember he has a substantial fishing economy. There's 8 boats there, 1 more lone boat riding there, so a total of 9 fishing ships. He has sent what looks to be 700 wood, although I think he's going to lose this outpost. He is doing a lot of damage to those Lakota warriors, but it is totally worth it for Sheikh. He's keeping a majority of the Ottoman economy locked up, and he's even sending 6 club warriors. He's gotten out some Citan bowmen as well, so he is going to continue laying down the pressure. A very efficient rush from the Lakota player from, here it is. Here is the forward war hut. Very nice placement. He restricts the trading post, and he's even starting to steal this Ottoman hunt, the cheeky bugger. So you might be thinking to yourself, this game is boring. It's going to end at around the 8-minute mark. Looks like your standard Lakota rush. Ottoman couldn't respond in time. He is cooked. Oh, no. Dear viewer, you're dead wrong. This game is going to teach you all how to persevere, how to keep going, and not how to overcome, but maybe it'll teach you how to delay losing for a long, long time. I picked this game because if you've played Age of Empires 3, you have all had a game like this. And I'm hoping we can experience that. We can relive that together as a house goes down. The Lakota player has another shipment. What is he going to send? More Citan bows. So he's got about 6 Citan bows. He's lost all of his clubs, but more are on the way, and he's just going to keep up the pressure. Meanwhile, the Ottoman economy, at least on the water, is booming. A second dock and a house for all of those fishermen to live in, I presume. But meanwhile, speaking of houses, that house is going to fall, and the town center might just be next. No militia coming out for the Ottoman player. He's got 1,700 food stacked up, but because he does not have enough houses, and because he did not build a mosque, he does not have sufficient population. However, the 2 galleys have entered the field, or waters, I should say. The Sea Falcon and the Sea Peacock. Very, very fearsome ships indeed. And the Sioux player just content to knock down this town center. And, Sheikh might be thinking to himself, okay, I've played a good game. It's been crisp. And I just got to clean up now. Should be done within 5-10 minutes, Can call the girlfriend, have some lunch, and go about my day. He is incorrect. No, what he does not know and what you do not know, but I hope to show you, is that we are in for the long haul because the militia are out. And for the time being, the Ottoman town center will remain. Even the villagers coming out to do a little bit of harvesting, and the fishing economy still intact thanks to the mighty Ottoman Navy. Meanwhile, at the Lakota base, it's pretty status quo. Gathering wood, gathering food, putting down a market, pumping out the cheap Age 2 units, which are not the most deadly, but they are certainly good enough to take on these militia who are trying to flee to the northern port. And is Sheikh going to see it? Yes. The fishing economy has been discovered. Sheikh is probably kicking himself right now, thinking, oh, if only I had known. He is trembling in fear of the mighty Peacock. Meanwhile, Delis are on the field. They're doing some raiding, but now that the Citan clubs are back, the club warriors are back, the Citan bows are safe from the cavalry. Gonna go south to raid probably the best thing they can do. I mean, you can't take on the Lakota army right now. More club warriors coming out. And the Ottoman player might just recover some semblance of a foothold here. Even a nice Vil raid, but out come more clubs and Takala soldiers. Very, very elite cav, 550 hit points. Both players are in the Commerce Age. One has elected to go on water. The other has elected to go aggressive and dominate the land. We'll see which one works. Right now, I would not want to be the Ottoman player. And if I were being perfectly honest, I would probably have quit by now. But not Yug. Yug says no. I am a fighter. I'm going to build another outpost. Because that'll be the trick. And I'm gonna play defensive. I'm gonna hold in my base, and I'm gonna teach this Lakota player how it is done. He's gonna lose some Vils here, though. At least one, but the outpost is up. That will probably do something. Although I would say maybe a barracks or a stable would be more useful. The Ottoman player currently sitting on 1,700 food still, almost 400 wood and 400 gold. What is he gonna send? He could send 5 Jans. He could send gold. No. He's decided to go up to the 3rd age, and he's sending 1,000 wood because he didn't have enough wood to begin with. But who am I? Who am I, dear viewer, to question the mighty Yug? I am only a middling player myself, so please do not take my word as law. I'm not here to tell anybody how they should play. I'm just here to entertain and hopefully bring you guys a very fun recording. The town center, it's gonna go down. For sure. I mean, look at it. It's on the verge, but the wood has come out. Maybe they can rebuild one. Although I don't think the Lakota army is going to allow that. 1 Vil down. It's gonna be at least 2. 2 and 3. Oh, woe is me. Hey, I rhymed. You had no idea you were going to be getting this level of entertainment. Well, while the Lakota army sieges this down, a couple of things that I wanted to go over. Number one, I do not have the highest quality PC, but if you guys notice anything about the video or the audio as the villagers are getting mercilessly slaughtered, please let me know. If you know how I can optimize this game, I would be happy to listen to any and all feedback. It is not a good day to be an Ottoman colonist. The new world has now become the world of death and suffering and gnashing of teeth. He's down to 21 Vils. I'm gonna guess most of that is invested in fishing ships. Ooh, almost said a bad word. Not here. We keep it PG. But what is this? 2 war huts being built right next to the town center. Sheikh, you sneaky, sneaky boy. And he does not see the town center. Now he does. Okay. Yug, I mean, he has to see those ships. And look, oh, the mighty peacock. The fearsome ruler of the waves. The peacock is going to deny one of these war huts, perhaps deny a second. Meanwhile, the Lakota army is going to respond by attacking this town center. It is going to go up, but the villagers might not be so lucky. And the mighty peacock keeping the Lakota army at bay. I love that ship. The Falcon comes in for moral support, but that was the peacock who carried. And now, Sheikh is responding with not 1, not 2, but 3 war huts. He is going to build a wall. It's tremendous, okay? He is going to section off this coastline and basically make it inaccessible for the Ottoman player. His economy remains practically untouched. He is sitting at a cozy 27 Vils. That actually seems kind of low for 14 minutes. But he has been sending a lot of military shipments, so it makes sense why his economy is a little bit not as efficient. However, it is still much better than the Ottoman economy, which is lying at only 23 vills. And as far as real estate, most of the map remains untouched by the Ottoman player. Lots of hunts left, but the coastline is in a flurry of action. We see the glue that's going to hold this build together, perhaps. Hopefully you all saw what I did there. A frigate. That is going to help him protect the coast. And a barracks is finally going up, but meanwhile, Sheikh has joined his Ottoman rival in the Third Age. The war huts are beginning to go down. The wall is looking magnificent, and we are probably going to start seeing rifle riders and maybe even some Wakina rifles. Those very, very powerful H3 Lakota shipments. The 3 Spahi perhaps going off to raid, but gonna get caught by the arrival of the 5 rifle riders. No doubt a shipment. No, he has not sent the 5 rifle riders yet. Those are made in-house. But the dreaded Falcon and the glue keep the Lakota at bay. Meanwhile, the Peacock decides to take a rest. After all, it is the savior of the nation. It can't do everything at once. And they have established a southern colony on the southern coast. So, Yug was sitting there and he thought to himself, you know what I need is more water. Yeah, I could go on the land. I could fight for land presence. These thousands of resources worth of hunts and gold mines and trees. But why do that? Okay, why walk when you can swim? When I've got the glue and the Peacock and the Falcon to a lesser extent, what else do I need? He's even getting out some Janissaries. So it is the 17-minute mark, and the Ottoman player has officially made a military unit. Not your standard build order, but hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? The Lakota player continuing to send military units. Rifle riders are starting to mass up. 9 on the field, 5 more coming, lots of C-10 bows, some Wakina rifles, and a very, very scary looking group of Takala soldiers. These cavalry are super tanky. They do a lot of damage to most units, even heavy infantry they can do pretty well against. But the Ottoman Janissaries are starting to mass up, although they don't have the veterancy upgrade, let alone the Age 4 upgrade. Speaking of which, Yug has entered the 4th Age. He is going to wipe out his Lakota opponent using the power of water and the power of technology. I don't see any problems here. But I do notice that the Lakota player has him pretty well penned up. I mean, you've got military buildings here, war hut here, to Tukola. Oh, look at that. That's cinematic. Look at those guys guarding the ridge as I ignore all of the good action. It looks like the Ottomans might be pushing out a little bit. Nope, just Ibn Majid. And he is going to instantly die. Well, give him a participation award. That's what I say. The Janissaries have gotten their veterancy upgrade. Very nice. And the Great Bombards are on their way. Magnificent cannons, which, if handled right, could wipe out this whole blob of Lakota infantry fairly easily. More Spahi on the run. Gonna be caught by the roving cavalry force of the Lakota player. And that is such a deadly combination. Takala soldiers plus rifle riders. I would not want to face that. But here come the Bombards, and they are going to begin breaking down the wall. Along with the Janissaries. They are a little bit exposed, though. Oh, in come the cavalry! Protect the Bombards! Back them up! Shoot! Fire! Oh, no! Where's the Peacock? Get to the shore! 1 Bombard down, 2 Bombard down. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Okay. 2 wagons. What are these? These are Lakota wagons, a battery tower, and a fort. So, by the way, the Ottoman army has gotten wrecked. The Lakota player, Sheikh, is putting up a fort, a French fort by the looks of it, the Chateau. I don't know when Sheikh allied with the French, but there it is. Although in comes the mighty Ottoman Navy, the Peacock, the Falcon, the Glue, and some salmon. But I don't think it's going to be enough. The Janissaries are going down. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to try to read your guys' minds here. What was that? Was that the... Oh my god. The Peacock just went down. This might be a turning point. Wow. Can we all please take a moment? Anyway, meanwhile, the chateau has been taking quite a bit of damage, although it does remain standing. So, like I was saying, as the Falcon also sinks to the depths, you all... I'm going to try to read your guys' minds here. And just using my telepathic powers, I'm hearing, oh man, this game should be over, right? I mean, he's lost 2 bombards. He's in the 4th age, but he has a negligible economy. He's got 25 vills. Sheikh has 30. He's got a way bigger army. Granted, the Ottoman player does have the sea, but what does that really matter? The sea will run out of resources eventually. But you would be remiss, and I would be remiss not to tell you that this game is not over yet. Not even close to over. Because a factory is going down, and a monitor is out. The Al-Baran. Now, this is actually kind of a scary amount of sea power. And the monitor does have that long-range attack, although he's getting hammered by the chateau and the battery tower. He's got to get out of there. He's going to lose his monitor. Go, run, flee, set the sails. Meanwhile, the Glue continues to bombard the Lakota army, but, you know, as long as the Lakota army keeps moving and stays out of range and protects itself with fortifications like this, there's not a lot that the Ottoman Navy can do. And meanwhile, I will quick pan over all of this land still not used at the 22-minute mark. Normally, most of the hunts would be close to gone, but not here. Not here. So, this raises a big question. When to resign, when not to resign? Should you wait until there is absolutely no hope? Or should you resign when it's already very clear that you've lost? Okay? The jury's still out. We don't know. But post your opinions in the comments below. I gotta give it to Yug. He has found a way multiple times to not die completely. Although his southern coast is now being attacked. Another war hut coming down, as well as a market. That'll scare him. But he's gonna lose these houses. And this is a really unique game because it's not a problem of lack of resources. I mean, look at that. He's got 1,800 food, 1,700 coin, 400 wood. He just doesn't have any space. He has no building space. The entire coastline has been locked down by the Lakota player. Okay, he's got no vills back here to do any... Well, he does have 2. I don't know why he's not maybe secretly building another base back here. But to each his own. Who am I to question the mighty Yug? His factory is up and it is producing bombards. It will not have any thing to protect it except this ship, the Glue. It's gonna make sure those Lakota soldiers are put in a sticky situation. And the bombard unrolls. The bombard's gonna attack. Only 1 Takala soldier left. No, that is the war chief, 2 Moons. And 2 Moons is gonna solo, well, not solo, but he's going to take on a bombard single-handedly. I don't know how you stab a huge iron cannon with a spear, but apparently in this game, that's the way to do it. Meanwhile, the southern dock is pretty much completely enclosed and dead, and there's not a lot left to do. There's not a lot left to say, except it's not over. You guys can probably see from the bar up top, there's still a good third of this game to go. Now, you might be tempted to leave right now. Don't, because Yug may just surprise you yet. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my coffee. As thrilling as this game is, I'm finding it a little bit hard to stay awake. Also, if you're wondering why my voice sounds like such trash, it's because I actually have a bit of a cold, but no disease is going to keep me from presenting this game. As soon as I saw it, I basically turned on my recording software, and I just ran with it. But the second bombard is down. The factory is down. The ships are still fishing. And that's about all I can say for our friend Yug. Shake still in age 3, completely investing into the military, not saving to age. And actually, I think that's kind of smart. For a player like Yug, who's just going to try to keep sneakily coming back, I think the key is just to give him no room to breathe. And I think that is what the Lakota player has done. I would suggest maybe beginning to put together some sort of water presence, although that is going to be hard with this frigate and this other frigate, the Ziveribari, nailed that pronunciation, and the Tagira, which is another monitor. We must have lost the Albaran at some point. And look at this, a sneaky town center in the very back left corner. So when I said we've all played a game like this, I'm sure you're getting your PTSD flashbacks already of you loaded up the game, you were excited to play some AOE3, you were hoping maybe to get a couple wins, raise that elo, maybe even have some nail-biting, down-to-the-death competitive matches. And then you meet a guy like Yug, and you do well in the beginning. You put together a nice build order. You get the upper hand. Some might say you've won the game. And then for the next 20 to 25 minutes, you proceed to try to hunt down every last trace of your opponent and wipe them off the map completely. That's what's happening here. Except the only thing different is that in this map, Yug can retreat to the water. And it looks like the chateau is finally going to be overcome. That's why I said, don't sleep on Yug. It might be a small victory. He might still only have 5% of the map to his name. Well, maybe close to like 15%. He might just now be getting up a new town center at the 27-minute mark. He might be down 35 villagers to 15. He might be running out of resources on the water. But you know what he's not running out of? Pride. Pride and determination to not let this game end. And perhaps it'll work. Maybe Shake will give up. Maybe Shake will decide, you know what, I can't beat this guy. His perseverance is too mighty. Or maybe he'll start building trade posts and going for a trade monopoly. That's probably the one he'll go for. Meanwhile, we have a cinematic fight here between the Eglants Gemisi, which is definitely not pronounced right, and this war hut. And Yug continuing to build on water. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships, 2 monitors, 3 frigates, 16 villager population, and a town center, and a market. Meanwhile, Shake, I think he's just kind of given up on the whole beating his opponent militarily, because his army has not moved in a solid 3 minutes, and it is now on the march. And it's not even a big army. He's not even continuing to make units. He's got 14 rifle riders and 8 Wakina rifles. He's going to shoot Ibn Majid, because what's more annoying than chasing an explorer around the map? But Ibn Majid makes it to the coast, and look at this. The whale and the elephant. Since the time of antiquity, ladies and gentlemen, since the ancient Greeks, since the Romans, and since the days of sail, the water and the land have always been in contest. But you know what wins more than land or sea? is money. And that's what Shake's going for. He's going for a Monopoly victory. The timer has started. Yug has 4 minutes and 43 seconds to win this game. How's he going to do it? You might be asking. How is Yug going to get this game to the 60-minute mark? And the answer is he can't, because his ships cannot go up this river. He currently has no military building on the map. No, strike that. He does have a barracks. As far as resources, he's still got plenty of food. He's got enough coin to make Janissaries, and that's what he is doing. As Shake is sending little delegations of troops and villagers to every trading post to make sure one does not get picked off, as he waits the last 4 minutes. So, what can we learn? What can we learn from our first ever Age of Empires 3 Thursday match? Well, we can learn the power of perseverance. We can learn that no game is over, even when it looks over multiple times. And we can learn that 5 Ottoman Janissaries cannot defeat an army of 31 Wakina rifles and 18 rifle riders. Although the trading post does go down, I'm not sure. Can the monitor reach? I'm not sure what happened there, but one of his trading posts went down. Can the monitor reach that trading post? I think it can, but it still doesn't matter. He needs to take out more than just this trading post if he wants to delay the inevitable. He does have another factory up. Still no military building besides this one barracks. But as sad as it may make me, as sad as it might make you, I think this game is coming to an end. And I want to thank you guys for watching all the way through if you are here. I think this game is super fun because I love seeing matches like this where one person is clearly outclassed. And in all seriousness here, I do have to give it out to Yug. Some people find this strategy to be annoying, myself included. But you do have to admit, he's not just camping in the corner of the map and not doing anything, right? He's not doing the virtual version of throwing down his controller and going home. He's actually making an effort to come back. Now, does he have a chance? No. But I just wanted to draw attention to it. I saw it, and I thought it was an interesting match, and I was very, very excited to bring it to all of you. So, in recap, as the final minute and 30 seconds ticks down, if you have a replay and you find it to be very, very interesting, or you have a game where somebody uses a very unorthodox strategy, or maybe a game goes down to the wire, unlike this one, please send it to me. My email is on my YouTube page. Just go to the About, kind of where you go for business inquiries, and you will find my email. Send me your replays. I would love to cast them for this series, and let's just have fun. Let's watch some games. Let's watch players at their best and perhaps at their worst. But back to the action. The final minute is ticking down, 50 seconds, down to 45. The final tally is 37 vills for the Sioux player, 24 vills for the Ottoman player. This final town center has been discovered. It is going down. The Ottoman player is trying to siege down this trading post. He may just do it in time, although he only has 25 seconds left. This outpost is at 1,000 HP. 800. 700. Ladies and gentlemen, can Yug do it? 300. 250. 100. 5 seconds left. It is down! The trading post goes down. The Monopoly victory. 5 seconds, from Shake's grasp has been stolen by 10 Janissaries and a stealth barracks on the far left side of the map. I can't believe it. Now, the replacement is already going up, and the entire Ottoman force has already been wiped out. But can you believe it? A Cinderella story. If the story were about, Cinderella hiding in the basement, and rather than confronting her stepmother, just poking her in her sleep. But still, a fairy tale nonetheless. The final militiaman is down. The town center is down. The barracks is down. Our hopes are down. Because I don't think Yug can recover. I mean, who pulls off 2 miracles? Who can do it twice? Lightning does not strike the same place twice, nor does Yug steal a trade monopoly twice. The ships are at anchor. They are not doing much. He is down to 22. Meanwhile, Shake is still at 37. He's basically ceased Vil production completely. And the trade monopoly has started once again. Another shipment. What will he send? Perhaps the 8 prowlers? Yes. And the monitor strikes again. My God, this Ottoman Navy is terrifying. 2 town centers, an artillery foundry. What is going to be coming out of that? Some Abus guns. It is the classic 37-minute 5 Jan 3 Abus strat. One that I employ myself very often. But ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the actual end of the game. I know I faked you out once, twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times, but there it is, the GG. We do not get to see the Monopoly victory. It looks like Yug finally decides to throw in the towel and end this bloody conflict. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know it was a bit of a troll game, but I always love watching stuff like this. It's what makes the community fun. It's what gives it life. If every game were the same, then that would be lame. Oh my God, I just rhymed again. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Join me next Thursday for another game of Age of Empires 3 DE. But until then, see you later.